Hi, and welcome to Darji Kitchen. Today we are making this super easy and healthy chili made with all types of vegetables and chicken. Stay tuned for the recipe. So here we have the ground up chicken that I've washed with water and vinegar. We're going to be adding some red chili powder, black pepper, and salt to that, and then mixing it up. And then we're also going to be adding some ginger and some green chilies to the mix. So the longer you marinate your chicken, the more flavor you're going to have. It's also going to release some water and some fat. So right now I'm just letting it cook in this frying pan and keeping the lid on so that some of the steam helps with the cooking. And this will later be put into the chili. Alright, so I would usually use crushed tomatoes for this recipe, but I've decided that this is a lot healthier now that we have got this blender. So we're starting to do a lot more things using the blender. So we've got fresh tomatoes in here, and so I'm just gonna crush them myself. I'm just using the pulse button. As you can see, this is really strong. Pretty loud as well. And that's good enough because I don't want it like soup. I just want it crushed. So that's good. And then to add some color, I'll add some paprika and tomato paste to make it a darker color. For the chili recipe, depending on what vegetables you like, you can vary what you're going to be using. I am going to be using mushrooms, onions, colored peppers, green onion, carrots and zucchini, and then for my minced, I'm going to be using ginger, garlic, and green chili. For my spices, ground cumin, salt, and red chili powder. To begin, you're going to add about a tablespoon of oil to a pot or whatever you're going to be using, and you're going to saute green chilies, garlic, and ginger, and then you're going to add your onions. So at this point, you might want to turn the fan on in your house so you're not stinking up the plate. Once that's cooked a bit, you can add your other vegetables. So I have the colored pepper, and I'm going to add the zucchini and the carrots and let that cook a bit. So just remember, vegetables do have a lot of water, so it will release water when you're cooking it, and also the vegetables will shrink, so they won't it won't be as hearty as it looks right now. Another thing you can do is if you're short on time, you can prepare some of the vegetables earlier, like over the weekend, and then you can freeze them, and then when you're ready to make something like this, you just have to take them out of the freezer. So that's what I do to prepare my ginger and my garlic and my green chilies. I usually prepare a large amount, freeze it, and then use it in recipes like this. If you refer back to one of my other videos, you can see how to store it and how to do that. So I'm just going to let this cook a bit before adding in my crushed tomatoes that I did in the blender. And as you can see, some of the vegetables, or most of the vegetables, have been cooking. So I'm adding the ground cumin for flavor and salt. Okay. So a lot of people, and in most chili recipes, you would have beans added to the mix. However, we decided to do this vegetable and chicken chili without any beans, just for a change. So now I'm just going to add the crushed tomatoes from the blender. This is starting to look and smell so fantastic. I guess it's not really a chili because it doesn't have beans. However, it does have common spices that you would use in a chili, so it could be defined as a stew, I guess. So I'm just going to add this chicken in. It's just my own concoction of all these ingredients that we like. Sorry, I don't have a camera person, and I'm trying to stir this at the same time as recording. So, there you go. This is what it looks like. I don't have any cilantro, but serving cilantro on top of this would be fantastic. Thanks for joining us on Darji Kitchen. We hope you enjoyed this recipe, and it's actually really, really good in the winter if you add a little bit extra spices. I've got the ginger in there, the red chilies, that really adds some warmth. So on a cold day, this is awesome dish to have.